Hi, my name is Tristan and I work at the University of Southampton in the UK. My research interests are at the crossroad between climate science and social science, mainly focusing on the impact of climate variability on rural livelihoods in developing countries. In this research, I look at the spatial distribution of livelihoods in the Mahanadi Delta in India. By definition, livelihoods refer to one household's means to secure its basic necessities of life, for example, water or food. In order to characterize livelihoods, I've decided to use a sustainable livelihood framework. This framework introduces the concept of livelihood systems that can be broken down into different components that interact with each other, such as livelihood capitals or livelihood activities. Community-level data used to quantify livelihood capitals and activity come from the 2011 Census of India. I've also conducted participatory role appraisals in 10 different communities spread across the Delta. Such qualitative data enabled us to select a set of key variables for each livelihood capital. A maximum likelihood factor analysis was then computed on the selected indicators in order to reduce the number of dimensions and to create an index for each capital. This research relies on a successful collaboration with different stakeholders. First, in the DECMA Northern team, we've shared data and co-organized overseas fieldworks within a newly created network of postgraduate researchers. Further fieldwork planning was co-constructed with the DECMA Indian team, and common research interests were discussed with the perspective of joint publications. Finally, contacts were made with other research institutes with potential policy implications of my work on the detection of agricultural stresses. The main findings relate to the influence of livelihood capitals on the choice of a set of livelihood activities. Male workforce availability and access to agricultural land go hand in hand. When both of them are high, households tend to get more involved in agriculture, but when they are both low, it tends to drive off-farm diversification. Lack of access to means of transportation is a driver of unemployment, while access to energy and irrigation enable households to diversify their livelihoods. In order to give a statistical background to the findings presented earlier, a cluster analysis will be conducted to highlight spatial patterns of community livelihoods, followed by the sensitivity analysis of activities to capitals. Then, results from another part of my research, dedicated to the detection of climate stresses, will be combined in order to build a spatial statistical model of associations between climate variability and livelihood dynamics. Fine, but what implications do these findings have for gender-sensitive adaptation in deltas? Well, first it shows that adaptation depends on the capitals communities have access to. Off-farm jobs opportunities would help reducing unemployment and distress migration in communities with low natural capital, while agricultural diversification should be emphasized in communities with high natural capital to reduce the impact of climate variability. If you're interested in learning more about this, you can drop me an email or find me on Twitter or LinkedIn. Thank you for watching.